Why the tail is ganyan-ganyan? So why the tail? The cheese? Yes. 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 Ay, sorry. Appreciation for that yes. This is very important that the learners shade the what do you call that? The creation of the Lord. Because every time that God will
Pastora na yan. Pastora na yan.
like for example, yeah, we be like using our worksheet activity. So, para ma-visualize ng ating learners who are going to pay us the drawing of the fishes. And then, if we have the aquarium, we're going to, and we let them touch this is the tail. And they can even touch the whole thing. The fish is just only the small. You can choose you can choose the smaller one so that the learners learn not going to shop. Okay, because the fish will sometimes jump or hop. So that is very important and I believe that it's correct. Let's go to that the smart objective. The smart. So we have to consider every lesson plan that KSA. K means knowledge, and that in the knowledge, they have to know the things that the learners will able to identify the external parts of the fish with 90% accuracy. Pwede mo na ito 100. Uy, wala ito na ito. 100. Oh, wait, that's not okay. It's so easy. Ay, sa mga bata, easy.
Amo na ako nahuna-hunaan talaga ang pagbuto.
Okay, dito. Okay. Kaya dito sa kayan. Dito sa pagkatuan.
So lahat ba tayo dito nagturo ng TLE? Lahat? You're not grade 6 teachers? Grade 5 and grade 6 teachers. So therefore, all of us, nagtuturo tayo ng TLE. Correct? So the question is, yes ma'am? O mayroong iba na hindi. So the question is, what are the strengths based on your experience in teaching the 2016 K-12 curriculum? What were your observations? Ano ba yung mga nakita mo? Yung maganda?
For me, the strengths are one siya, focus since component siya, every quarter na i-focus on particular.
Pinasponsored.
Okay, go. Please read the question.
Why is there a need to revise curriculum to make it not consistent?
To make it not congested. As mentioned earlier, it's congested. So to make it not Please read the question, ma'am.
Why or why not?
The intention. Please read again.
Is the intention to revise K-12 curriculum enough? Why or why not?
Ang dapat malaman ng estudyante, multimedia editing and basic coding. Teaching for grade 4, basic computer operations for grade 4. So kailangan sa grade 4 pa lang, alam na ni bata how to use computer. Di ba? Product.
Amo na ako nahuna-hunaan talaga. Ang pagbuto.
Okay, dito ang. Okay. Tayo dito sa kayan. Hindi kita magkatuan.
This is the evaluation of student learning, skills acquisition, and academic achievement. Next, we have the learners. Of course, the learners is the center of and the 4 Is. The 4 Is consist of innovative, integrative, inclusive, and ideational. The 4 Cs consist of connection, context, collaboration, and creativity. And also the 4 is composed of engage, explore, experience, and empathize. And then also the learners is the center of this to be accessible, and that evidently respect, instruction to creation ng idea. So ayun yung. So for instance, we have the topic, our topic for this example is importance and benefits again of fish raising. The ideation here is encourage learners to generate ideas about fish care and benefits based on sa context and primary idea na ibinigay teacher. So that is it. Okay, next, so we have the integrity. So kapag sinabi natin integrative, this is the designing learning experiences that build on what learners already know. Ulitin natin na already know. Ibig sabihin, may kinalaman si prior learning. For instance, importance and benefits of fish raising. The integrative here is connect the new knowledge to what learners already know about food and then livelihood. Kung sakaling nagbigay ng prior learning si teacher regarding dun sa food and livelihood, okay, about these topics, nagkaroon ng integration ngayon yung bata doon sa additional part niya and then ang curriculum. So sabi doon sa policy na yun, ito yung bit na pedagogical approaches and then methods and strategy in implementation ng discussion natin or learning delivery natin, teaching and learning delivery natin kay EPP or kay PLE. So ano yun? So first, we have the authentic learning. Next, we have the experiential learning. Siyempre, nandiyan sa experiential learning, hindi mawawala yan. The problem-based learning itself, na contextual learning, the differentiate learning, and then kasama na din yan si explicit teaching. So ano-ano ba sila? So paano ba natin masasabi na connected talaga sila kung sila yung propose na gamitin or to utilize in EPP or PLE? Sige. So umpisahan natin kay authentic learning. Kapag sinabi natin authentic learning, this is referring to the instructional activities that connects the lesson to real-world situation, tasks, and problems. The student work on the meaningful activities similar to what professionals do, helping them apply knowledge in realistic context. So when we say authentic learning, this is the connection between the activities and then lesson or real-life situation, okay? Na magagamit nila doon sa kanilang future kung saan mag-a-apply sila ng trabaho or gagamitin nila in daily lives nila or sa pang-araw-araw na buhay. Okay, so that is authentic learning. Kapag sinabi naman natin experiential learning, syempre, diyan tayo magagaling, di ba? Mga PLE teacher, di ba? Ang gamit natin is experiential learning, that is learning by doing and reflection. So kapag experiential learning, hindi lang yung puro hands-on. Okay? Natututo ang estudyante, yes, of course, doon sa hands-on, pero kailangan pa rin nilang mag-reflect. Okay, or magbigay ng feedback sa sarili nila based on their hands-on. Okay, para mapatunayan kung may natutunan ba sila o wala. Or okay na ba yung competencies nila para tumuloy doon sa kabilang competencies. Because in experiential learning, student gain understanding through hands-on activities, experiences, or simulation, and then process what happened to make sense of the lesson. This pedagogical approaches is fit na fit talaga, okay, to implement the teaching and learning delivery in TLE or in UP, di ba? So next, we have the problem-based learning. So methods where students learn by solving complex real-life problems instead of starting with the lesson. Learning begins with the problem that the student must investigate, research, and solve collaboratively. Di ba minsan tayo, ang pinaka-drills natin dyan ay isang malaking guide questions. And then yung guide questions na yun, masasagot lang nila yun kung sakaling gagawa nila ng investigation, or mag-grouping sila, mag-collab sila, or gagawa nila ng hands-on. Okay, para masagot or para masolusyonan yung ganung klaseng problem. So that's we call the problem-based learning. Next, we have the contextual learning. Siyempre, tayo mga TLE teacher, lagi natin kino-contextualize yung mga discussions natin and then yung mga competencies natin para mag-fit doon sa mga student natin. It is because contextual learning links the academic content to the student life experiences, environment, and real-life context. The idea is that the student learn better when new knowledge is connected sa something familiar. Diba? Mas madali nilang matutunan ng isang bagay kung ang discussion o yung competencies is kumokonekta doon mismo sa buhay nila. That is contextual learning. And then syempre, we have the differentiated learning, which is adjusting the lesson for all student needs. Diba? It is because this approach where teachers adjust instruction based on the needs of the student, the interest, the learning profiles, or the readiness level. Diba? Minsan, nagdi-differentiate tayo ng mga strategies natin or ng mismo approaches natin based on sa pagkakaintindi at pangangailangan ng mga bata. It is because differentiated learning ensures all learners can access the lesson in a way that suit them best kung paano nila naiintindihan yung isang discussion.